ready?
Yes.
My great-grandfather is one of the most influential persons and patriots in my life. He has given to my family a great heritage and legacy that will be passed down for generations. His stories have taught me patience, honor, courage, and commitment. I saw many thoughts and expressions as I heard his stories of service. He had pride, humility, love, camaraderie, honor, passion, sadness, and patriotism. Today I'm going to share with you a few of my favorite war stories my grandfather used to share in tribute to him. Donald A. Borcherding Sr. was a World War II veteran. He fought in the Battle of the Bulge in the Army in the 468th AAA Battalion Active Service. He served in battles and campaigns in Rhine, Normandy, Northern France, Ardennes, Central Europe. He was awarded 5 Bronze Stars. And the Bronze Stars are extremely hard to get. They're pretty common, but they're hard to get. You have to really be seen doing something heroic or saving somebody's life, doing something out of the ordinary. Don was a gunner on the 1st Section half-track. He had 2 main jobs, besides gunning, obviously. Every night when he made camp, he had to dig a hole and drive the half-track into it to protect it. 2, he had to keep the ammunition clean that was stored underneath the floor in the back. Once when crossing the Mosel River at Koblenz, Germany, Don got bounced out of the half-track and into the river. Another exciting story regarding the half-track was when his unit was crossing a large flat field at night in winter, they realized they were actually crossing a frozen lake. Don had to walk in front of the half-track to look for thin ice. Now, who wouldn't want that job? For a period of time, Don was assigned to guard the Autobahn near the POW camp and lake. He would fish every morning and give fish to the POWs. Once Don and his buddy Smitty were on patrol in Clermont, France. So there was this bivouac, and they were walking down it. And so right when they were heading down a hill, they realized that there were Germans coming directly up. And so Smitty had his rifle attached to his back, pointing downwards, and some mud got into it. But he was the first ones to see the Germans. And so he pulled it up real quick, and he fired a shot. But he didn't know that he had mud in the barrel. And so when he was knocked back to the ground, and he realized that his musket was spread out like or his rifle was spread out like a musket. My grandfather really never told me very much after what happened in the story, but when I asked him, he said that they just took care of it. And later, when they were in Nancy, and the Army was asking for volunteers for infantry, Smitty wanted to volunteer, but he had a bad gun. So Don switched him rifles. The gun would still fire, but not too accurate. So Don carried it a while until he found another gun. Before returning home, he had to turn in his rifle at Reismannheim in Germany. He was given a hard time because the SN number didn't match the one he was issued, but they eventually let it go. When asked what it meant to him to say he served the country, he responded tearfully, "You're not to be proud. Whatever I did, I tried my best. Because I had seen a lot of casualties where we were, one thing I saw when on guard was the jeeps coming by with bodies. What shook me up the most is I'd see these younger guys that had new boots, and were recruits that just got off the boat, and many of them did not last very long. It was terrible, but they're the ones that did the most." These words showed how humble he really was. This is a tribute to my great-grandfather Donald Borcherding and his service to our country. He recently died on April 24, 2021, a few weeks ago at his funeral, and I shared how much he meant to me and spoke at part of the His eulogy. So.